You're welcome back. It's still Plus Politics, and my name is Nyamgul Agaji. Now, the concern is the Department of State Services, DSS, has said that some key political players are plotting to foist an interim government in Nigeria. According to the DSS spokesman, Peter Afunanya, in a statement stated that some people have weighed various options, which include, among others, to sponsor endless violent mass protests in major cities to warrant a declaration of state of emergency. The service said that another plot to foist interim government is to obtain frivolous court injunctions to forestall the inauguration of new executive administrations and legislative houses in the federal and state levels. Information just reaching us from our correspondents in Niger State is that in Kagara, Rafi, Niger State, gunmen have attacked Government Science Secondary School at around 2 a.m., shot dead one student and abducted 42 people, including 27 students, even though that is not directly related to what we're talking about from DSS. We're being joined now to discuss the security situation in Nigeria by Dickson Osajie, a criminologist and global security analyst. Good evening and welcome to the program, Dickson.
Thank you for having me, Gaji.
Okay, we'd like to know how security works. Sometimes we are told that for security purposes, some information cannot come to public glare. And now, here we are, DSS telling us that there are people fomenting trouble to make sure Nigeria stays perpetually in unrest so that there could be an interim government. Should that information come to the public, or should the people be arrested and interrogated privately? Why are we hearing this?
Oh, what a fantastic question. Thank you very much, Ogaji, for having me. I think sometimes we fail to understand how security operates in our client. We just think we can come on air at any given time to just talk about what is happening, giving out information that is not necessary. We are supposed to be out there. The DSS is a respectable security agent. They've been doing so well to their own capacity. But for me, I don't think it's essential for them to always come to the media space and tell the public that, hey, XYZ information we're having, and we have an information that some people are trying to disrupt. No, security don't work that way. When you have an information about people you think are going to, be a threat to the to national security, when you have information about people you think that they are going to, forestall the progress of our democracy, what you need to do is to, go into action, carry out a by-burst operation, if it be, if it has to do with narcotics or whatever the case may be, but if it has to do with a criminal element of gangsterism, what the DSS needs to do is to carry out a sting operation, and pick out those guys from the space, because you telling them or trying to, tell them, you understand their plan, whatever the case may be, I don't think it's acceptable. However, there's what we call psychological deterrence. Psychological deterrence is for you to, apply psychology, the application of psychology to deter would-be criminals or crime in progress. I think that is the path the DSS are trying to tread, but it's not a professional path when it comes to national security, in the sense that if you don't go into a sting operation to, forestall such plan or arrest those you think need to be arrested and bring them to justice, and you just think you can just dish a statement out there to tell people that you understand their plan and they should stop that. In this 21st century, we've seen people in gunpoint not even surrendering to the enemy. We've seen people surrounded by the enemy. They didn't even surrender. Don't talk about you coming out with your words or verbally to, forestall such kind of happiness. It's not going to work that way. What the DSS should start doing henceforth is to carry out a sting operation and bring out or arrest those they think are going to constitute threat to the national security.
Okay, so apart from carrying out the sting operation that you're calling, what else could they have done instead of coming to the public space to tell us that this is what is about to happen, especially as we do not even know if they have concrete evidence that they can show us if we demand of them? What should they have done?
All right, this is what they should have done. Ogaji, we are all Nigerians and we all believe in the survival of this great nation, and what you guys, the media, are doing out there, to be very honest, it's a fantastic job you guys are doing, and nobody has the right to, intimidate the media because your loyalty is to the people. Now, what the DSS should be doing is that they need to carry out check the open source information. We have various information. Apart from human intelligence, we have the open source information. That is the media, the Facebook, the Instagram. Now, for example, if you go into the Instagram, you'll definitely identify. I personally, I'm saying this with all authority. I've been reading the comments of what's his name, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Festus Kiyamo. I've been reading the deadly, dangerous statement from Femi Fani-Kayode. I've been reading some other statements from other political parties as well. No party is immune to what is happening. The verbal judo is very, very, it's unacceptable. The DSS should invite these guys to the office and say, hey guys, enough of this conflict distribution, enough of this crisis distribution, because all I could see or what I can say about these guys, they are all crisis and conflict entrepreneurs, because I don't expect people of such level to be talking and also instigating, a fear to the society, calling for war, calling for a national arrest or whatever the case may be. So the DSS know these people, and I'm going to tell you the truth, they know these people. The last time we had FFK talking about military trying to take over power, the DSS invited him to come and prove his fact. So such kind of invitation should also be carried out across all parties. No party is immune, because what I've seen so far, Osajie, is that these are political allies. They've disappointed us verbal-wise, because they fail to understand that any given war starts from the mouth. And that is why the Bible says life and death is in the tongue. So they need to start taming their tongue if they believe in Nigeria. If they don't tame their tongue and anything go wrong with Nigeria, each and every one of them will be drawn to the battlefield. Let them come and fight the battle they all started with their mouths.
Before the elections, all the parties, at least most of the parties, signed what they called a peace accord. It doesn't seem to be working. Right. What else could have been done? Do we have alternatives? Because they go and sign a paper and then come out and everything that they went against in the paper is being done. So what other things can be put, to be fair to the organizations that organized this, for them to come and sign this peace accord, they've done a good job. But what else can be added so that we know that the elections, next election, all the elections coming up, subsequent elections will be peaceful, but especially after the elections, the polity will still be as peaceful as we want it to be, because the peace accord doesn't seem to work after the elections.
Osajie, you're a fantastic journalist, and I must tell you the truth. That is a fantastic position. And we must tell ourselves the truth as a nation, That is why I always admire, coming to Plus TV, because it's a television of truth. The truth here is this accord is signing. I don't think they are keeping to such signatories, just like a treaty. When you go into an agreement with a constitutional-wise or within a body of authority, and you sign an agreement that you are going to ensure that this election is going to be peaceful, without tribal brutality, without religious brutality, without ethnocentric brutality, I think you're supposed to keep to that. But the issue here is that none of them keep to that. They just go and carry out a signing ceremony. I think it's a signing ceremony. What I think should be done for me going forward to forestall such kind of reoccurrence is for us to have a deterrence mechanism. The reason why people go and sign such kind of thing and they don't have, there's no deterrence mechanism is because there's no consequence. If we start having consequence management or an effective punishment of people who sign such accord and go against such accord, for example, I go to sign that, hey, my party is going to maintain everything signed in this document. We're not going to instigate violence. We're not going to say something that's going to cause the state of arrest. And I go against such signatory. I think there should be a sanction. Maybe I should be suspended from participating in any political office, or maybe be withdrawn, just like what is happening in the United States as it is now, where the people are trying to hold Donald Trump accountable for the incident that transpired in Washington, D.C. So we should have government, an institution in place that will hold these guys accountable so that they will understand that, hey, they're not bigger than Nigeria. They're not bigger than this country. Because I tell you for free, Osajie, that somebody is lying to us. Some people are lying to us in this country. And I know the people that are lying to us, they are the politicians. Until now, we never knew that the Igbo, if your mother is not an Igbo woman, or your father is not an Igbo man, or a Yoruba man, or whatever may be, or maybe tribal difference, you cannot hold a position. That is tribal brutality. That is ethnocentric brutality. It is very, very wrong, and we need to cut that off from our political space. Okay. So we need to identify those who are lying to us, which I personally have identified the liars of this, the liars in this scenario. The politicians are lying to us. The Igbos are good people. The Yorubas are good people. The Hausas are good people. I'm from the Asian kingdom. The Asians are good people. The Benin are good people. Where you came from, Ogaji, your people are good people. So nobody should come and tell us a lie. That lie must be attacked with speed and momentum.
Okay.
If we don't attack that lie, then I tell you for free, we are treading on the path of another civil war.
Okay.
If care is not taken, but God forbid.
All right, thank you. We should identify the people who are lying to us and make sure we name and shame them, as it were. Let them face the consequences as it is. We'd like to thank you, Dickson Osajie, for coming on the show. You've been very helpful today. Yeah. So we've been talking with Dickson Osajie, a criminologist and global security analyst, and he's been telling us what is happening here and what should have been done by the DSS instead of the broadcast that they give to us, and some of the suggestions that can make our polity a little more secure. We'd like to thank you also for being a part of this program this evening. Until tomorrow, when we will do another edition, my name is Nyamgul Agaji. Bye for now.